Hello Virgo, Elsie here to do a reading for you, my friends. It is for February. I'm getting the monthlies out for you along with the weeklies this week, so it's your turn. The February of 2025, of course, we're reading for the next month of this year. And Virgo, how are you? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Virgo, if you are my ride or die, I appreciate you so much. Stopping by again, welcome back here. If you are somebody who's never been here before and you just stumbled across us here, all these shenanigans, if you're up for it, I hope you'll stay. And there is a subscription button down in the bottom right hand corner in this square where I live. If you would like to hang out with us here, like to be in the comments. I know, Virgo, you're not all that verbal. You don't really like the comments, but if you can offer a thumbs up, it really does matter how the algorithm sees this channel and your sign, right? It brings other people. So let's find out what's going on for you. We're going to ask a few questions. The first question we're going to ask is, what is within your control in the month of February, Virgo? What's within your control is movement, choices, and decisions. So whatever decisions you make in the month of February, I feel like you're going to be pressed with some decisions that you have to make, which are going to cause movement and decisions and choices, right? We have blue sky here. We have some earth energy here, which is showing a flower that is actually closed. Maybe it's ready to bloom. We do have a couple of rings here. Maybe it's love you'll decide about. We have money here. Maybe it'll be financial. But it feels like what you're in control of is how you move because of your choices and decisions. Let's talk about what is out of your control for the month of February. What is out of your control in the month of February? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Ooh, what's out of your control is the crown chakra. So you do not have control about all the information that's coming at you in the month of February. I feel like the month of February is going to be a time for you to make movement, choices, and decisions based on this energy that's coming through from the universe. We got card number 7. For me, 7s are always about heavenly energy. It's like the universe looking in on you. So the crown chakra energy is telling me that you're going to be receiving a bunch of downloads, that you're not going to have any choice in what you receive, but there's going to be a lot of information. We're going to go back and clarify all of this here with tarot, get you more details. Let's move on to the next question. We're looking at your finances here. Tell me about finances for Virgo in the month of February. Tell me about finances. We have sacrifice. There may be, I feel for some of you, you will have a different perspective on your finances in February, but some of you may have to make some sacrifices, and they may be emotional. Like maybe you want to go on that trip to Hawaii this year, and maybe you just can't do it. Like it feels like somebody here is going to have to make some emotional sacrifices, but you're going to have to make them because of the finances here. It does feel like it's going to work out. I'm going to say that you will get a perspective as to why you have to sacrifice something, but I feel you will get a perspective. We'll talk a little bit more about that as I come back with tarot. We'll get some more details. Tell me about love for Virgo in February. Tell me about love. Tell me about love. We have awareness. Very interesting. So I'm going to say that you're the person who is in charge of whatever goes on in your love life based on your choices, right? Because choices are coming up in February. You're going to have to make choices. Maybe some of those are about love, right? We do have the 2 rings there in the red energy. So I feel like this awareness, the magician energy, but it feels like you're becoming aware of something, and we'll clarify just a little bit more of what you're becoming aware of, but it feels like an awareness, or, maybe you're going to be getting some downloads this month is what you don't have control over about love. It could be that, where there's a ring around the third eye here that's open for this person, like their crown chakra is open, and it's an awareness. You're going to have a new awareness about love. It could be love of self or love of another. We'll talk about that. This is the overall energy for your month. It is your energy. I kind of like that. Number 9, solitude, which is hermit energy. So I want to say that this is a month of wisdom for you. And I can see that here with these major arcana, that you're going to be getting downloads, which are going to help you make decisions about love and about finances, but you're going to be doing it all in wisdom, things that you're going to be learning. She has a book there. And then you're going to be teaching others those things, because the hermit is a shaman, right? Is not only somebody who has the wisdom, gains the knowledge, but also who shares it with others. You're going to be explaining your path to other people, all of the things that you've overcome, all of these obstacles that you've overcome as you become a pillar of your community, is what it feels like here. All right, let's take a look at some clarifications here, Virgo. Let's take a look at some tarot for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about movement in the month of February. Movement, choices, and decisions. Tell me about Virgo for February 2025. Tell me about Virgo. We've got movement definitely in love. So it feels like you are going to have decisions and choices to make about the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups can definitely be romantic love, but it also can be platonic love. I feel like the choices and decisions you're going to make have to do with, who do I offer my cup to? So this is emotionals, feelings, right? Maybe you are not always comfortable with your feelings. If you're someone who has heavy Virgo energy or heavy Earth energy, it feels like, I want to say that it is really important to you that the people around you approve of the person that you have in your life, or the people. So friends and family. I'm just looking at this little cat here that's rubbing up against this person here. It almost feels like if the cat doesn't like you, you're out. Like, it feels like that sort of energy. And not for all of you. I mean, not all of you have a cat. But I mean, I feel like the cat is a representation of, I approve. So you want approval from your friends, your family, about the person that you offer your cup to. This could be romantic or platonic, whether it's a friend you're bringing into your life or a romantic partner. Tell me more about this for Virgo. We've got the Ace of Cups. So it does feel like it is some sort of a romantic connection. It feels like you're making a decision about whether you want to have movement in a new relationship or not. The Ace of Cups is telling me that should we renew our emotions, or should we just leave it where it is? It feels like the Three of Cups is telling me that there is going to be some sort of celebration. Regardless of what decision you make, there will be celebration in that. So I feel like you're making a good decision, the best that's for you. And I think I said that to you in the reading I did for you yesterday, is that you're making the best decisions for you. So I feel like you don't want to make hasty decisions. It feels like you maybe will meet someone that is very attractive to you, someone who you're attracted to. Maybe you've already met that person, but the Ace of Cups is telling me that the Knight of Wands tells me that maybe this person doesn't really give you a whole lot of stability in your life. Maybe you're incredibly attracted to them, very desired by them, or maybe you desire them. But the Knight of Wands is sort of sexy energy, right? It's like the bad boy, bad girl sort of energy, whether you're the feminine or the masculine. And so I feel like you've met somebody, either you are the Knight of Wands or they are the Knight of Wands. And it feels like we haven't settled on anything yet, is what I want to say. The Ace of Cups is viable and it's here, but we haven't settled on whether we're going to make this work as a long-term thing or not. But the Knight of Wands doesn't usually bring long-term. It is about passion, desire, wanting to do that, but it is also about unstable. We're making temporary decisions for long-term gain. Like it seems like temporary energy. It's like being tempted by fire, right? Somebody who's beautiful on the outside. We've got the Seven of Swords in the reverse. I feel like the thought process for you, Virgo, is going to be extensive. I feel like with the Seven of Swords showing up in the reverse, it tells me that you've just got to make the honest and truthful decision, the one that's the best for you. So through the month of February, I feel like it's not just love we're talking about. I feel like it's things that mean a lot to you, which can be the Two of Cups. Things that that mean a lot to you. It feels like your emotional happiness is of paramount for you, and you're not going to take any you're not going to move at anything really quickly. In fact, you're going to think it out. You are very analytical. And the Seven of Swords is telling me that you're not going to lie to yourself about it. It's got to feel good. It's got to feel celebratory, that you're not really interested in something that's going to be short term, that you've got to be honest with yourself as you're making those decisions. What is going to stay for the long term and what is a flash in the pan or a lot of passion or, fire burns out, right? So what is out of your control is the crown chakra. I feel like you are going to be getting a lot of downloads this month. The universe is going to be helping you out to try and get you out of this Eight of Swords. It feels like this is you and this is the universe, right? It feels like the universe shows up with a sword to try and cut you free is what it feels like. But I feel like let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the eighth sword is in the hand of this person. It feels like the universe shows up and uses your own thought process to free you from some sort of way that you were stuck in the mind. Feels like your hands are tied. I don't feel like I can make a decision. I don't really want to see the outcome of this, but I feel like you're going to get some downloads which are going to help you get out of your head something that you could not make a decision about previous to possibly the second week of February. Feels like you are going to be out of this place of being stuck in the mind. Yeah, we have movement here. We have the Chariot energy. So it feels like you get things back on the road. You get the vehicle back on the road, or your feminine and masculine energy is balanced. It feels like if you are the feminine, that you're mostly in your feminine with a little bit of masculine, and vice versa. If you're the masculine, you're mostly in your masculine energy with a little bit of feminine. Maybe before that it was a little bit out of whack because of the Eight of Swords. It's like a place where you felt that you couldn't do anything, or you felt you couldn't make a decision, but I feel like it was an illusion. I want to say that you always had control of the Chariot. So I feel like whatever downloads you're going to be getting in the month of February are going to help you make decisions that are going to help you come to a place of success or victory. It feels like something is about to heal itself here. We have the Queen of Swords, so it feels like that's what it is. You're going to have to speak aloud. So it's not just that you're getting the downloads, you have to do something with them, which is the Queen of Swords energy. Again, swords, right? The Seven of Swords shows up in the reverse saying, I've really got to be honest with myself about these decisions that I make. The Queen of Swords is speaking about it and is saying to the people around them, I understand if this makes you uncomfortable, but I feel like whatever you're going to say, we've got a butterfly on the edge of her sword. I feel like whatever you say is impactful, that you are allowing people to show up in your life as they want to be. You don't have the time or the energy to change them or change their mind. But I feel like you are going to be very truthful, very honest, very forthright. And I feel like you are almost freeing yourself from something. So if you are in a relationship right now, and this is only for those of you who have been thinking, maybe I'm not in the relationship that is for me, I feel like somebody is going to be relieving themselves of that relationship or standing up for themselves, right? This is the person who is, the Queen of Swords is the one who's standing up for themselves and just being completely honest, speaking their truth, being very factual, head over heart, like these are the facts. I don't think I want to do this anymore. This is probably not the place for me. It's time for me to move on, right? So the energy of the Chariot could be, it's time for me to move on, and I'll give you the reasons why. You are releasing yourself from something that I feel hasn't been working, but I feel you get some sort of realization with the crown chakra energy. We do have the King of Swords. So you could be releasing yourself from the presence of a Libra, a Gemini, or Aquarius. This is Libra, this is Aquarius. So it feels like you are speaking to someone on their own terms. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the situation. We need to be honest with each other and pull out the facts. Please, let's keep our emotions behind us. It feels like you've been stuck for words, but now you're finally getting clarity that something has to change, transformation. There's also butterflies on the throne, the back of the King of Swords. Now, I feel like you're the one who's going to open the conversation, because to me as a reader, swords that are facing up is like, hey, I got something to say. And the King of Swords is not expecting it. I feel like the King of Swords with their sword in the ground is really not going to fight you on whatever truth is yours, because the King of Swords doesn't have the energy or the time to go outside of the facts. Look, if that's the facts, if that's the way you feel, I'm not going to try and change your mind. So I feel like the King of Swords is telling me that this could be a person, an official person. They could be somebody who usually is very reasonable and effective in the way they speak. I feel like you are speaking to someone who is very analytical like you, and you two might come to a decision that maybe it's time to transform our situation or release it, because the Eight of Swords is here with the Chariot energy. It feels like something was under the surface. Cancer energy is the Chariot. Something was under the surface, something that was maybe making you just really not very balanced until you kind of bring it to the surface. It breaches the surface, and it's time for us to talk about it. Tell me about the finances, please. Tell me about these finances. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. We've got the Lovers. So you're making a choice about money and your stability here. We have the King of Cups. It does feel like somebody here needs to make a decision. What am I going to do here? It feels like you're making this decision again with no feelings involved, or you're making it in a very reasonable way, I want to say. But the Nine of Pentacles is telling me that you have enough of everything that you need, and it's time for you to sacrifice something here. Give me one more card here. Tell me about this. We've got the Five of Cups. So it does feel like there is an emotional sacrifice that's going to go on here in terms of your finances. Look, you might sell the house. Maybe you realize you can't afford the car. It feels like there's something here that's regrettable that has to do with your finances, because you've gained a different perspective about the way you're spending money, receiving money. Maybe you just don't have the down payment for the house. I feel like your finances are building. I feel like you're building a business, or you've built your reputation, or you have a really good job, and you have to wait till your stability arrives before you can make the emotional choice of buying the house, selling the car. Like, it feels like you're going to have to make decisions that you don't want to make with your finances. And some of it is going to turn into emotional sacrifice that you have to make, things that you really love or things that you want to have and can't have. I feel like there is a little bit of sadness in the way that things are going down. But I want to say that it's only temporary. It's only for the month of February. And I feel like it doesn't have to be multiple sacrifices, but it does feel like a sacrifice nonetheless. And I feel like it's leading to something that's really good, because this person is standing at the end of the rainbow. And although they're up to their waist in emotions, they are at the end of the rainbow. So I feel like that there is something that's going to work out in your favor. The perspective you have is going to be an overall health for your finances in the month of February. But there are some emotional decisions you're going to have to make here. Tell me about the awareness of love. Tell me about this awareness here. This is the Magician energy. I want to say that you're very much in this magnetic receiving or pulling in your manifestation as it is pertaining to love here. We do have the High Priestess energy. Why is that here? We have the Hermit energy. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the Tower. Okay, very interesting energy. So I want to say that you could be dealing with someone who is a Pisces, maybe a Cancer, possibly a Scorpio. It does feel like that there is water energy here. It feels like you're making a decision, or that you've been thinking really long and hard and coming to the wisdom of what you want to do next. It feels like possibly you're about to meet somebody that you've manifested. And the Three of Cups tells me you might meet them in a social situation, or maybe you've already met them. And maybe this is the celebration of, I've made a decision and came to the wisdom that things must change from here. I always like to clarify the Tower, so we're going to talk about that a bit more. But the High Priestess tells me, with this Magician here, High Priestess, we got very spiritual energy here, right? We've got Virgo, we've got Pisces, right? Who are great connections because they're connected in spiritual energy. And then we have the Magician energy as well, which is like the manipulation of things. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's like, I can do what I want. I have all the tools. So this is your decision that you're making in love. And I feel like there is somebody here that that you feel very happy about, or makes you feel very happy, or there is someone that you're meeting around the end of the month who I feel is going to make you very happy, or you might meet them in a social situation. Let's talk about the Tower. Something in love is changing here for you. There is some sort of look, for some of you, it could be that you've already met somebody and you're very happy with them, but through maybe finding wisdom, thinking about it, spending time on your own in the solitude here. It could be a Pisces, it could be a Cancer, but it feels like something is about to change between you and them. Tell me about the Tower, please. We've got the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Four of Wands. And we've got the King of Pentacles. So I feel like if you haven't already met, that you will be meeting a King of Pentacles. They could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but we could just be talking about the King of Pentacles energy, which is someone who is very good with their money, someone who has built an empire or a kingdom. It feels like that for some of you, you go from being friends to moving in with this person. It could be that that's the shift in the relationship, or the shift in the relationship could be that you meet somebody in a social situation and it changes your mind about what you really want. It feels like what you really want is to settle down into a home with a soulmate, and possibly to, somebody who is also your friend and not just a love interest. So it does feel like that there is something that is shifting, whether that's your mindset or the wisdom that you have, or you're having realizations, because the stars here, it's a realization of your of the inner self. We also have the Magician, which is also realizing I have all the tools. Maybe it's a realization that I can do what I want when I want to do it. I can settle now, or I don't have to settle down now. But it does feel like that is the direction you're pushing in. We do have the Two of Swords. There's a decision that needs to be made here. And I feel like the Page of Swords and the Devil tells me that you're about to learn you're about to learn something about someone who is like obsessed with somebody else. And I feel like they're attracted to you and attracted to somebody else. That's what it feels like. It feels like you might have to say to this person, look, you got to close the door on the Queen of Wands. It might be a third party or third person. And it feels like this person talks about that other person a lot, or is kind of obsessed with their energy. We do have the Page of Swords. I feel like there is maybe an age difference between you and the person that you do meet, and they might not quite be pulled out of some sort of relationship that they were in with somebody else. We do have the Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Somebody here is having a hard time making a decision, whether that's you or them. It feels like there might be an age difference possibly, but a lesson to be learned here as well. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you, Virgo, and I'll be back because I'm always back. You have a beautiful February, and take care. Bye-bye.